Afternoon. I having another crack at this. I just needed to get my head back in the game. I started to have a quick play with Panic, my lower level account. As you can see here, I mean this account's just under a year old. So, and when I first started it, it was actually quite easy. I got my first 2 rookie golds, moved straight into pro, went bronze, silver, and as soon as I got a gold in the Ryder Cup, I moved up to expert. But playing expert has put me in tier 3 now, and I just don't have the clubs to compete. So I'm going to play master. I do have an account that's I'll tell you what I can do here. I'm going to go to Mark's profile, which will take me through. This is my main account, and as you can see, it's master tourneys. So that's the one I usually try and excel with. That said, I did better with Sparty in the last tourney. That's also my account. 28th in the Winter Major. So anyway, just a little bit of an insight into me, what I can do. I'd really like it if you enjoy what you see today. Just subscribe. Join in. There's a chat box. Get stuck into that. Come and say something if you want to. If you want to share suggestions on shots. Like I said, I did a stream about half an hour ago and just couldn't get my head into it. Couldn't hit anything perfectly. Frankly, it was a disaster and a bit of an embarrassment. So I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to start all over again. So hole 1, just going to change. It will depend on the wind on this hole, on what ball I play, but I'm going to set up with a KM and an apoc. 10% off the tee. 3 people watching now. That's nice to see. Thanks for joining. I'm open to suggestions on shots. You're going to have to forgive me if I start looking down my nose and stuff like that. It's because I'm of an age where I've not only got varifocals, but I've got reading glasses. And what I found is if I put my reading glasses on so I can see my screen, I can't see the main screen where you guys are logged into. So this is low level clubs. This is a long way removed from the clubs I use in my main account, which is apoc 7. It's 12.2. I'm just going to aim that slightly towards that edge. 9.6 it tells me here. About there. Oh, big great left. Should be okay because I don't think it'll run up far enough to get into that bunker, but it'll probably make a liar of me now. Yeah, it did. This is what I had earlier in the stream. I just couldn't hit perfect. I've got good luck from Josh. Thanks, Josh. It's a tough hole in a headwind, this. I mean, I certainly haven't played a master level tournament with this hole in a headwind. I've played it on Tour 11 in a headwind. I think I probably had apoc 6. Yeah, that's a better shot. Look, my only job here now is to put this on the green and make sure of the birdie. It's still a tough shot for eagle. Okay, I never know whether or not the numbers for Spitfire are right on Notebook, so I'm going to be slightly cautious about it. Perhaps slightly underestimated the wind effect on that. Doesn't matter though, it's on the green. I'll take the birdie. I mean, I don't think in a headwind this will be a must eagle hole, as Tommy would call it. The other two, one of the other two is the greens makeable from the tee in a headwind for sure. I think he's probably going to play this at -10. I've only recently got B52 level 7 on my main account. I've been grizzly right the way up till I think I got it 4 days ago, after the last tournament finish for sure. Oh, that's going to miss. That is a live streamed miss putt. I did it on Tour 12 the other day while I was streaming as well. Just lack of concentration. This is trying to get used to. It's trying to wear my varifocals to play as well, which doesn't help. I'm not going to use that as an excuse on this because I could see the screen perfectly. It's just a terrible shot. Let's have another crack at that. That's the whole point of practice is to see what you can discern. Yesterday, my first look, and I was using more special balls yesterday for sure. I hit -15 in practice with my main account. Really, what I want to, I haven't obviously signed up for the tournament next week on this account, but it's expert level 3. Expert tier 3, this account, and I just don't have the clubs to compete. I know there's a lot of people saying, well, the clubs don't matter, but it kind of does. I mean, there's lots of shots you just can't achieve. In Master, there's a bit more of a level playing field. Okay, so I might even be inclined here. I might change that to my Thor's hammer, just because there's so much more topspin. I think I want to play up that left-hand side now. I'm just going to put some curl on that. Slight great right. Might end up in that bunker. Roll up, go on. Oh. Why isn't that funny? I thought it was only a slight great right, but that's really carried with the wind. The ball for this is something like Virtuoso, or if you've got Ryder Cup, topspin ball, champagne ball I could have used actually, that might have been an option. That might have put it on the green. He's hit that cleaner than I did, for sure. just kiss that rock then? Oh, that's a nice shot. Okay. So, accepting that this is uphill, I'm going to play this at plus 15. No spin. 12.4. Get in that hole. Oh, it's died. Oh, that's frustrating. I never take that into account with uphill shots. You hit the ground earlier, and so the roll is shorter. And I just didn't think of it when I played it. Otherwise, that was dropping. So I don't know if you guys have watched the Embringer School video. I'd fully recommend it. It's about 16 minutes long and it will transform your game. People talk about using rapier with full topspin being a crutch. I don't believe that. I think there's a time and a place for it. I don't think that was the time and the place for it because it was at full distance. But for sure, you know, learning it makes a big difference. And actually, all I've done there is just not played through the hole and not taken into account. I would normally play that hole. I would normally play a shot like that at max plus 20. It was just slightly over max distance, so maybe 5%. So maybe I would have played max plus 25. But I felt like there was a 10% incline. And inclines are exaggerated the closer you are to them. So if I was playing that shot with a Hornet, for example, or a Sniper, I might have played 5%, minus 5%, or maybe even no elevation. But when you're sort of at the bottom of the slope and hitting up on top, it's exaggerated slightly. And the problem with hitting up onto a surface that's above you is the ball hits the ground before it would if it was on a level, and of course shortens the rollout, which is exactly what happened. One of those things. Can't do anything about it. Right, hole 2 is going to be a QB shot. I'm probably going to play. I don't have many balls left on this account. It's a long time since I spent any money on this account. Oh, do you know what? Let's play P1 win 5. QB. Let's see what happens. Feel free to say hi, chaps. 3 of you watching at the minute. I know my stream's not exactly popular. I've literally just started this week trying to put together a stream, and it's only because there's a lack of master content out there. I can't pretend that I'm a half decent player. I make the weekends in master. I've maxed the game out with 2 accounts now. So my alt account Sparta Clash is sitting at 6270 trophies. My main account is somewhere around that because I've been playing that in tour play on tour 12 at the moment. So, okay. There's a rough bump here, but you have to hit perfect. I am not having a day for hitting perfect, so this might be a slight risk. But I want to sit this at the just before it goes to +1 yard. About 3 backspin on this. Tip of the thing to the hole. And you're going to play max +10 P1 settings, so 7.6 on this. Should do. Just try and hit perfect. Get in the hole. Oh, it's clipped. I think I might have pulled that left. It's a problem when you're adjusting down into a bunker. I've played an 11:59 pull there. I'm watching it on the screen on playback. And it's not a flat surface that you're adjusting on. That's the issue. So he's going to try the same thing with a Thor 8. I've got a bank of epic 8s actually. I should have a look. It's definitely the right shot though. This will probably be more like mid plus 10% for him. Oh, he's hit it great. Is this going to bunker? Yeah. Wow. Rough, so he's got away with that. But that's the problem with that rough bump. It is tight. I must have slightly over adjusted there because oh, he's rage quit. Isn't that lovely? You know, it's practice. Just forfeit. How difficult is it just to forfeit? It annoys me, especially it happens, annoys me in tour play. I think it's really inconsiderate. Unless, I'll be honest, I have done it, but I've done it when I've been playing an emoji spammer and they've been arses about it and you get those people. Just abusive, unpleasant. Oh, hang on, has he come back? That's hilarious. I hope he's been watching this stream. He's waiting for the countdown to get to 10 seconds and then come back. But it just frustrates me. It's really easy. Press on the cog, forfeit. I wouldn't mind as much if Play Debic did something about the fact that you cannot touch anything. You can't touch the chat box. You can't look at anything while that screen just gets locked up. And I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame. Right. Hole 3, half 5. I'm going to play that with apoc, and I'll probably end up playing it. I'll probably end up playing it with a KM. It's a really nice rough bump on this hole. Depends on what the wind is. I'm suggesting I'm going to play this with a KM, but right now, I don't know what the wind's going to be. I think if it's a headwind, I'm going to end up playing something like a anniversary tournament 4th anniversary ball, sorry, which is a P4 wind 5, because you can play down the left, and I've seen people play down the left, but I don't believe there's a route to green down the left-hand side in 2 shots. Or if there is, I haven't seen it. I'm going to play I'm going to try and play over the rough up to that first bunker, and I will still be somewhere around about a mid-sniper to hole. Okay. Oh, we've got to send it. Oh, no. Yep, send it. 18.8 mile an hour winds. Let's have a look on what he does. I'm going to switch this to my Epic 8 bag and just see what his count is. It says here 19.5 rings. Oh, sorry, apoc 7. 17.7 rings. He's going to push up. This is why when people say, oh, why can't we just play practice without another opponent? Well, I'm going to learn something here. I thought you might play the power slice. Well, what a pointless shot. What a pointless shot. I am not going to do that. I am going to play something a bit more. I'll tell you what, I'm going to play a P2 ball. 10.4. No. Let's play a KM 12.3. 9.7. Great right. My God. Still, at least I've not got the most viewers I've ever had at the point where I've just played that epically bad shot. Because I was faffing about deciding what ball to take. Do you know what? No point playing the rest of that hole. I'm not going to learn anything from that. Let's go back and do that again. He'll still get to play it out. If that's what he wants to do. So it's not, you're not in, let's do that again. Terrible. I apologise. This happened this morning while I was trying to adjust. I've got to give a lot of credit to the likes of Tommy and Brendan Burke and Todd and all those guys who sit and explain their shots while they're playing, because it's not easy, and you end up against the clock all the time. All the time. So I'm just going to play that hole again. I'll probably get a different win this time. Yeah. I think I'm going to take a P4 win 5 here. Tough hole this. I might take cat as well. I might pull the bag out that's got the cat 5 in it. It's got a terrible ball guide, but it's 180 yards as opposed to 172, and I've got a feeling they're going to count on this. So he's just taken a meg and he's not made that over. That's a bit worrying. Let's take one of those. $7.7. So 6.2. I tell you what. I remember when I got apoc 5. I was so excited by it. Great left. See if it makes it over. Come on, roll onto the fairway. That'll do. I was so excited by getting apoc 5. And now I've got apoc 6 on Sparta Clash and apoc 7 with my main account, Danny. I've got to tell you, it's an underwhelming club. I played Tour 11 with Panic. I can't. apoc 5 is useless on Tour 11. If you're thinking about stepping up and you've got apoc 5, don't bother. If you've got Thor 5 or Thor 6, it's difficult to be competitive, I'll be honest, but not impossible. As you can see, I'm sitting at 4,900 trophies, which is about 250 trophies off of the max of Tour 11, so certainly playable. But I've maxed Tour 11 with 2 other accounts, so it's not quite the same as starting it with lower level clubs. Okay, normally I would play this rough bump. I want to keep this well away from the bunker. The problem is, I think if I aim for this, that bunker's going to come into play. And I forgot to get my cat, so I'm going to just make sure of the green here. do. Sometimes it's just not worth taking the risk. There's certainly an Albi hole for sure. In that wind, probably as well, better players than me will have made that. Tommy, I'm sure, Neo, those kind of guys, I'm sure will have a shot there. And probably would have had a cat in the bag, which would have made life a bit easier. I think in that wind, if you've got apoc 6, apoc 7, cat 6, cat 7, I think this hole's a completely different prospect. But really, the point of this was to prove that you can, I don't know about be competitive, but you can certainly make a master weekend with lower level clubs. That said, I use Panic as my sort of sacrifice account. So my first look at the wins, I play with this account, and so it's difficult to make master weekends because I'm using this one first with lower level clubs with no idea what the wind's going to be like, no idea how the course is going to play at all. So of course, when I step up to Sparty into my main account, I have all that knowledge and I write down my notes. And so we just played hole 3. So we're going to play hole 4. This hole, I'm not sure. I haven't quite worked out what elevation this is because I played it at 20% elevation on the rough bump and it was massively over adjusted. So then I played it at 20% elevation, not on the rough bump, on the sort of bounce over, and it was massively under adjusted. And so you really have to have kind of 2 different elevation ideas for this hole because it's just, let's have a look and see what the wind comes in. I mean, this is going to help that I'm going to play this at plus 15, max plus 15. Like I said, last time I played it at 20, it was hugely over adjusted, 7.2. So that's 8.1 sniper. And I think what we just need to do is have a look and see where this pitch is. Because it's quite a long way downhill, so it might just only clip the... Oh, great right. That's not going to help my cause. As long as it hits the rough, I don't care. Oh. Wow, it's gone long. Difficult hole. Surprised that went long. I mean, I think the great right's not helped it. It's taken it off course, but I only at the tip of the ball guide at the hole. It obviously plays a lot shorter. I'll be having another stab at this afternoon with my main account. Be a different prospect, bigger clubs, better understanding of I've got more special balls. I did have an attempt at running through this with free-to-play balls, but it's very difficult. Yeah, that's a nice shot. Right, see if I can't just make a little save here. We don't need all that top spin. But I would hope, being this close, that a great right or great left might still drop. Oh, that might not. Double great right. I never make bunker saves. Just really struggle with it. I'll have another look at this hole. So I played that at plus 15. I think it pitched. I think it pitched where I wanted it to. I mean, obviously hitting the great right hasn't helped that, but it was well within the rough area. So I don't think I have to worry about the actual adjustment. Obviously, hitting perfects doesn't help not hitting perfect. But I know I can see myself playing this hole a dozen times or so to try and work out, especially with different winds that they give you. I don't know what they're going to give us this time around. Okay, so we've still got a tailwind. I'm going to play 15% again, because I feel like 15% was okay, and I'm going to play the rough bump again, but I'm going to pull it a square back. Now I have just a fleeting idea that leaving it a square back is going to end up falling short. It's really strange the way this hole plays. I mean, he's hit that great right, but I wouldn't have expected the ball to end up over there. Right, 8.2, which is 9.6. I'm going to play red ring against that rather than yellow. Just okay, I mean, that's what, a square and a half short? 9.6. Perfect shot. Let's see what this does. Still long. Maybe the rough bump is not the shot to play. Or maybe I need to play 20% or something. Okay, I mean that was you know, you guys watching, that was what, two squares from the hole. Perfect shot, lined up, well adjusted. Ended up playing right, which suggests an over adjustment, which doesn't make any sense at all. We'll take the birdie and run. I'm going to have to come back to this hole later though, I think, and just spend 10 tokens trying to figure it out, because it's bizarre. Let's have a look at what's next. So this hole is fantastic, and I might go for a virtuoso ball. Let's hope we get a tailwind here. I think if I had a Ryder Cup ball, I would play it here. But I'm going to try it with a virtuoso. With my main account, I had a little practice yesterday, and I had a tailwind. My opponent took a virtuoso ball, adjusted back, max plus 10, and then pushed up to like 6 yards or something like that, and then played a bit of didn't play any overpower, but played a bit of right cut. It was really odd. Anyway, ball ran all the way up and through the green, but he was on apoc 6, apoc 7, something like that. I'm only on apoc 5 on this, so I don't think I have to worry about that. But I played a Ryder Cup ball with a tailwind, adjusted it max plus 10, full top spin, and it was beautiful. It just ran into that top right hand corner. So there's you can't see it now because he's moved it. there's like a funnel in the top corner of the green, and if you can roll the ball onto that, it really nicely rolls down to the pin. And from the tee, I ended up about 3 yards from the pin, very close to making a hole in one here. This is a strong crosswind, so I suspect we'll see a lot of. Has he laid that up? That's interesting. So you want to try and get the ball to enter up here. I'm gonna just go for this. Might change that to a bit of right spin. 12.3. It's not going to get up there, but it will get close. Obviously, if I hit perfect, which judging by the way I've been playing today is not likely. Oh, I've done it. Let's see if that holds on. It's quite a strong crosswind. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Oh. It's tight. A bit more curl on that probably. As embarrassing as it is to miss, you know, silly shots, which I've done. I missed a putt earlier while I was streaming. Missed one yesterday on. I very rarely miss putts. Yesterday I missed one on Tour 12 while I was streaming live. And this morning I missed one during practice while I was streaming live. Don't know what time it is where you guys are on. It's 10 to 1 p.m. in the UK. And my eldest is still in bed. Bloody students. Right, let's see what this is going to look like. It's probably going to be rapier. Okay, I mean, normally for me, I'd be saying end bringer shot, probably. But because of this funnel here, I'll take it away from that glitch. And I'm going to, that's 11.9, 20%, play that mid. So I'm just going to try about 6 rings here, see what happens. Oh, it's not going to go in hitting it great right. But see how it feeds down to the hole there. Oh. Okay, I'll take it. It's quite a big funnel, which is why I mentioned it. I'll certainly take it. It's need a bit of luck. This hole, I don't know. I'm going to select a Kingmaker, but if we get a tailwind here, this is going to be a Zerk shot. There's 2 bunkers on the right hand side. Both are very much in play because it's a very narrow fairway, not dissimilar to the fairway we've just played on, that par 4. But there's a gap between these 2 fairways on the right hand side, and in a tailwind with a Zerk, in most tailwinds, in the strongest tailwinds I've had, sort of 16 miles an hour, 16, 17 miles an hour with a Zerk, that wider part is exactly where the ball lands. If you adjust plus 10, push to max, and then full OP it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for a Zerk here, 16.1. It's not quite a send it wind, but there's enough there to tempt me. 12.6. This might be completely the wrong bloody move because it's not quite as tail as I'd like it to be. Hit it perfect though. Oh. Okay, should have laid up. There you go, there's a lesson. If that was a bit more tail, the ball would have ended up down here. And then you end up with a sort of mid to minimum long iron to hole. I think I'm going to be okay here because the wind is now travelling towards the hole. I've obviously got a long Spitfire, but the reason I put Spitfire in my bag is because this course is full of bunkers, and whilst the Spitfire has got absolutely no backspin, it does have oodles of topspin, so it's much safer for getting you. I would absolutely put it in my bag for this this tournament. Yeah, 13.6. I mean, there's two schools of thought here, I suppose. Do I play down that side? I think I do. I think I'm going to add some curl to that. I'm going to play that without any elevation, so 10.5. And obviously not a hero shot, this, just trying to get it on the green. Oh, big great left. Might just clip that rough and run down. Oh, no. Wow. Didn't put enough curl on it. Didn't see that happening. I thought that was going to... I really thought that was going to roll... I thought it was going to clip this area here. Oh. Very strange. Sorry, I didn't realise I'd left the cursor over the screen while I was playing that shot. Thanks for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I'm not playing particularly brilliantly. It's not unusual. Just enjoy the game. I used to, when I first started playing, in fact, sort of halfway through my Golf Clash life, I used to get so frustrated when I was playing badly. That's a great shot. Get in the hole. He's made the right shot choice there. It's the layup was the right option. So 14.2. This is quite short, and Notebook's telling me 2.7 rings for minimum distance. So I'm actually going to adjust it half of that. Because it's so close. It's not even a fast needle. I recently switched to off-roader on my main account from Nirvana. I got off-roader 7 and I'm dropping all my rough shots. The needle's slower, it's smoother. I just had no idea. That's a bit of a shame. I'm gonna go and just have another crack at that hole again, just see if we get a different wind. We may not. I made a poor choice in that wind. I probably would have been better off with a KM and just laying up. But this is what practice is for. Like I said, I'm doing this because there's so little master content. The guys in my clan, Drew and Corbo and Dave, Mark, Sai, Phil, people that have enjoyed. I tend to. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. Send it win. I tend to produce the sort of first look at tournament holes for my clan. I sacrifice this account so that everybody gets a chance to look at it. Right. This is what should have happened last time. So I'm going to adjust this 11.8 rings. Just done it 12.8, but that gap between the two bunkers, that should be okay, is right where it gets wide. Look, see that? So that's full OP, and I've now done that with apoc 7, apoc 6 and apoc 5 because they're all 240-yard drivers, power 5 ball. That's about as strong a wind as you're going to get. You might get it up to 15 with a Zerk maybe, but it was still 2 or 3 yards before hitting that bunker. So it's just that, it's just this space here is where it suddenly widens up, and it just happens to be that the adjust back, push up, full OP shot with a Zerk lands exactly where it gets a bit wider. And what we're going to end up with now is a shot to pin with, I've got Grizzly 8 on this account. It's quite low level. And I'm probably going to be, it's probably going to be about mid club, I think. We'll have a look. It's 15.4 rings. I think that's about a 15% drop. Okay, there's Thorn. Okay, I think that's about 25% slider. So I'm just going to play it a bit short because it's Grizzly. 25% slider, 16.2. That's a guess, by the way. I have no actual. Oh, I had to hit that quickly because it's running out of time. As long as it gets down there. Big great left there, and still not far away, so probably about right. Honestly, I really don't know how the likes of, well, I suppose, I know Tommy, I know that he records each hole and then edits the holes together. I don't know if he explains stuff when he's doing a live stream. I don't think I've ever seen a live stream except after the fact, but it's so hard. Those of you that, you time out in tour play, you're not talking to anybody, just concentrating on your own thing, and you still get a time out. Well, I have absolute admiration for these streamers that are trying to teach. This is not a teaching stream. This is just a walkthrough, just so you can have a look and see how the holes are playing in certain winds. I'm by no means a good enough player to be going, hey, you should be watching this and learning. Like I said, I hit minus 15 yesterday. I was okay with that. That's my first look at the course. That was with my main account, which makes a big difference. Clubs are a bit better. Thanks for watching. Those guys of you that are there, please do subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell, give me a thumbs up, say hello, do whatever you like really. All right. Interesting one, this. I'm going to play a P1 Wimp 5 with QB. I think this hole, there's a rough bump on the left-hand side. I'm certain of that because I've seen it played. But there's a sticky on the right-hand side. I don't know what elevation I would play on the left-hand side, but I'd certainly be playing 10% on the right. I tried it at 20 and it was a massive, massive over-adjustment. Ended up just pulling it into oblivion. At 10. Played him a few times on the tours. 7.7. I am going to try this. Play this mid 7.2 rings. Don't know how this is going to go. I've just guessed the elevation here. Wow. I'm just going to watch that again. The stream is running about 30 seconds behind me actually playing it, so I can see what happens to the ball. Not underpowered. Adjusted it. Hit perfect. Where does it land? A long way left, so not 10%. Don't understand what's happened there at all. Okay, we've both bollocks that completely. So I'm gonna let's go back and have another look. I'm gonna play the right hand side because that's the side I've been practicing. But I'd seen the rough bump. I'd seen it and I wanted to give it a try, but I'm gonna need to sit there and practice that when I'm not on full view. Nearly done. 2 more holes after this and then I'm going to take a break. Thanks for joining me, those of you that have. Much appreciate you coming in and giving it a watch. It's not very inspiring, I have to admit, but okay, there's a sticky here, for absolute certain. And yeah, see there, there's a I'm going to play it. Okay, 7.4. Just played this 1-to-1. Okay. Too much backspin. It kicks right, which is why I played a little bit of offset. So I think this is one of those. It's one of those pathways that's going to take a bit, or maybe the right thing to do is to. This looks like a decent idea actually, because I know that there's a bit of a sticky here as well. Last time I played this hole was in Expert, and I remember, I'm pretty sure it was like a win 0 ball rough bump. But on a really thin strip of rough. That looks good. That's kicked him over right. Difficult hole. I'm sure that we'll see loads of holes in one on this. I mean, there's so many really good tourney clans out there. Incognito, W4PL, Catalyst. Those guys are shot sharing and doing everything that they do to produce for their clans. And you look at I mean, we had our highest number of Master Tourney entries in the Winter Major, in the Stink. Our highest number. We were something like 23rd in the Champions 100. And then tourney results came in and we went down to 47th or something. I like this hole. I think you need a top spin boost and a power 4. So that's what I'm going to select. If there's a tailwind. If there's a tailwind, you've got two fairways in front of you, one on the right, one on the left, that then split into two fairways, one of which has got a bunker island in the middle and one of which is down the left-hand side. Now, I suspect that the left-hand side is for when you're in headwinds. It's the safest way to play, because you've still got a route to pin. It's just a long one. You'll be playing cat or sniper or something. But in a tailwind on this hole, with a balls deep, with a P4 ball and a decent bit of wind, which I haven't got. Okay, so I'm not going to use one of those. That would be pointless. I'm just going to take a KM. And I don't think it's worth the risk of playing on the right hand side. 10% here. I'm absolutely certain of that. Just give that a smidge of OP. But in practice yesterday with my main account, I got apoc 7. I took a Ryder Cup ball, added 2 topspin boosts to it, not 3, just 2. And actually, if I did it again, I think I'd just take 1, because I ran up so far that I ended up clipping. Follow my cursor. My end point was here. I pitched here, and then I rolled all the way up here, and I clipped the rough, and then rolled down onto the green. And that was with 2 topspin boosts. So he's playing with a topspin boost. I mean, he's got an apoc 8, so he's got oodles and oodles of topspin. I still wouldn't play to this centre. There you go. Not makeable. And now, why would you in a tournament? He cannot make the green now. I think this is 10% downhill. Okay, so I'm gonna try and play this as a no spin. At about 60% slider. So 11.8. 9. Should be down there though. There's quite a big slope on that green, so I'm hoping it doesn't run through it. Yeah, okay. Look, I've hit a great right there, and that looks to me like it would have been near the hole. It would have been near the hole if I'd hit that perfectly. So I'll go back, and what I'll do after this is I'll make a note of the yardage. I played 60%. Difficult to know how accurate that is because obviously I hit great right. I was running up against time, but it's giving myself a baseline, and that's what I'll work off. I think of the par fours in a tailwind, this is a must. In fact, actually, all three of the par fours in a tailwind are must eagles. Not so certain in something like Pro Division where the winds are a bit lower, but certainly in Expert and Master, I think there's in a tailwind there's enough balls with top spin boost and all of that in circulation now. I love the Spirit Ball, absolutely love it. I remember when it first came out, people were slagging it off on Golf Clash Elite and just going, "No, this ball's rubbish. What a pointless waste of a ball. Why would you?" Well, it's not. It's awesome. It turns an apoc 7 into like an apoc 12. And I've used it a number of times. Ball just rolls forever. In fact, I used it on the Glen Monarch. What was that? That was the 4th anniversary tournament. We got that horrible par 5 that is so long and so difficult to reach the green into unless you've got some sort of a tailwind. And I, on this account with apoc 5 and the Spirit Ball, managed to reach that 3rd fairway and had a minimum sniper to hole. All right, last one. Okay, so I've still got KM selected. I try and use free-to-play balls where possible, especially in practice. I mean, I think it's important to practice with the ball that you're likely to use. Otherwise, you're not really getting practice. But for me, this is a must eagle hole in any wind, even in a headwind. You know, take a wind ball. I've been doing some experimenting as well as to whether or not power gives you more distance than wind safe. And I honestly believe that wind safe, so something like a P1 wind 5 ball will travel further in a headwind than a KM. Okay, so we've got, I'm going to change this to Thor's hammer. Do have a headwind, and actually I'm going to change it to Thor's hammer with a cat. 11.5, 7.6, 10% this. And I'm going to give it just a touch of overpower and just a touch of right curl. Fit great left, so I might be giving this just a touch of roll into the rough. But I did play quite a long way over. Stay. Oh, no, not in the sand. If you can sit in that channel, next shot down is quite an easy bounce over onto the green. I don't think it's worth playing down the left-hand side here. He'll still be able to play without me on. He'll just get a shot clock run down, but I'm going to play that again so we can finish the card off. In tournament, I probably wouldn't have taken a KM there. I probably would have taken a P3 wind 5 or P2 wind 5 or P4 wind 5, something like that, just because there is a bit of a headwind, but I've got very few on this account. I don't want to waste them. Not an excuse. I mean, there's a terrible shot for a kickoff. Right, I've got the same wind. So I'm going to try and play the same shot again. 11.6 is 7.7. Very minor great left. I didn't hit it quite as hard, so I'm hoping. Oh my god! Still, at least I've not got a live audience as I do exactly the same thing twice. I'll play this one out now. I don't know if I'm going to make the green from here, but I'm going to try and do a power slice, see if that's an option. Frustratingly poor today. Gonna have to have a proper think about streaming in future. I'm streaming the Tour 12 stuff all the time. Oh, my boy's walked in. Hello, sunshine. You alright? I'm going to make you some lunch. Yeah, of course you can. I'm going to make you some lunch in a minute. Apple of Mike. Can you go and wake your sister up as well, please? No, it's 20 past 1 as well. I'm going to make you some lunch in a minute. This is what I'm doing. I'm ignoring my kids' needs in order to play Golf Clash. It's the kind of parent I am. Yeah, look, there's no chance I'm going to make the green with this. Absolutely none. 8.6 rings. See, it's fun, isn't it? I can hit perfects with an overpowered rough iron, but not a Thor's hammer. Long drop for me now, though. This is going to be 20 or 30%. And this is the problem with playing this right-hand side. I mean, this elevation here down to the pin is like 30, 40%, something like that. And it's just not got a shot. I think he needs to pay full overpower and, well, he's taking a quasar. That hasn't helped his cause. You should put that away from there. It's not a bad attempt. This is such a long way down. Look at that. I'm going to play this at plus 50. I don't even think I've got a shot with the thorns too. Okay, so 13.4. This is at plus 50%. George, there's a tub with ice already in it, in the fridge, in the freezer. So you don't have to try and cut it out. He's got a knife, he's trying to cut ice out of the ice cube tray. Drop. That was max plus 50%. So maybe if I'd have played 95% slider plus 50% there. Useful to learn that though. Not that that was the intention. It's not going to be a great card, this. Thanks again for watching. Those of you that did, please do subscribe, come back. it's been fun. It's been an hour and a quarter of my life I won't get back, and I'm sure you won't as well. And the many, many disasters that occurred during this streamed round, I'm sure will occur over and over again. That's the point of practice, though. You've got to put yourself through your paces. I don't think, my honest assessment, I mean, look, putting aside my obvious incompetence and ineptitude, I think apoc 5 is probably not enough for this. And I suspect, I mean, I hit minus 15 with my main account yesterday, although I did have slightly better wins on the par 4s, which makes a big difference. Par 5s have very similar headwinds and stuff like that, but with an apoc 7 and a cat 7, you just have so much more topspin, so much more power that it really helps. But I hope you've enjoyed watching me ruin this course today, or watching the course ruin me more like. If you have, please do subscribe, hit that like button, come back and see me again. I do play better with better clubs and balls, and when I'm not looking like I'm half asleep. I also play quite badly sometimes. But thank you for joining me. I've really appreciated it. Until next time, I'll catch you on another stream. See you soon.